all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. Don't know who I am. I'm Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives book out on Amazon. Go and grab your copy, Asexual Perspectives, type that in. So, as you may know, I was dating an asexual guy online who was my friend, and things didn't go well. In the end, he said some stuff that really wasn't nice to me, and he wasn't nice to one of my friends, and he was been stalking me and been creating fake profiles on Facebook and Twitter and messaging me. I've had to block him loads and loads of places. And I did a video about, proof that I wasn't being dishonest about him, and he was being dishonest by saying I was lying and making stuff up on my channel about him, which I wasn't. And he was saying stuff about I shouldn't be talking about him on my channel. But at the end of the day, I only spoke minimally about him. There was loads I didn't say. And do you know what I mean? And he actually liked the post on Twitter under one of his new profiles that was about him. So he can hardly say, oh, don't talk about me on your channel, but I'm going to like your content anyway. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, he wrote me this email saying that I was lying and making fake stuff up. And then I did the video. Please watch it if you haven't already. And I said goodbye to him in that video, I said a nice goodbye, that I cared about him, that I wished him well in his life. I told him to get into personal and professional development because it really helped him to change his life. I told him that that I saw good in him once, but it's hard to see that right now. And, that basically, I hope he changes for the better and becomes a better person and becomes more kinder to people, even if things don't go his way, And I said, thank you for any good times we'd had. And I said, I do still love you, but I need to move on, carry on moving on for my own good, and goodbye, basically. So I thought that was going to be the end of it. I haven't actually directly spoke about him specifically on this channel since, I don't think, although I've mentioned a few things like about him in context, as in like he wanted to have a British accent, and I can't. I like foreign guys because like foreign accents is one of the things I love. So I did mention a few little things like that, but in general, I'm just getting on with my life. And so then apparently his mother popped up in my inbox on Facebook wanting to talk to me. And usually I haven't allowed any other people to talk to me about him, but I did let her talk to me. And she was begging me to talk to him and forgive him for all the horrible things he said. First of all, she said she was sorry that he trapped me that way, and sorry for me. Later on, she said sorry for all my friends as well that he's trapped that way. And she said sorry to me. She was very sympathetic and empathetic that he shouldn't have behaved like that. She said she hadn't brought her sons up to be that way. And, but she was begging me to take him back and forgive him because he's been crying and he's not eating properly or anything some of the time, and she doesn't know what to do, and she's really worried about him, But I said to her, I'm not a therapist, and he needs therapy, And she's like, oh, he's changed. I said, people don't change that quickly. She said he's truly sorry. I said, people don't change that quickly. He's feeling sorry for himself. She said he feels guilty and embarrassed about what he did, and he's truly sorry. It was nice she said sorry to me, but at the end of the day, expecting me to actually get back with her son when he's treated me so badly, it's just, how can I? How can I? So she kept asking me repeatedly to talk to him. And, saying that he's not well. He's got spells of unwellness without you, she doesn't know what else to do. And obviously, because I do care about him, it's difficult for me, But I have to remind myself of all the lies he's done and all the fake profiles and the horribleness to my friends and me, And so at the end of the day, I told her he's not my responsibility, you know, and I can't see any good it would do me and him talking, because I can't be in a relationship with him because I don't trust him. You can't have a relationship without trust. He lives in a completely another country and I need to go in the UK anyway. And I just can't trust him. I can't trust him with women. I can't trust him at all. You know? I just can't trust him, you know? And he's proven to be a liar. And so, you know what I mean? So I said, I don't see any point, because I couldn't be in a relationship with him. You know, I just couldn't. And she's like, oh, she thought I'd forgive him. And I'm like, I can't. You know, I said, he's not, you know, he's not truly sorry. He's just feeling sorry for himself, you know? I said, if he's truly sorry, go and get some therapy, because that's what he needs. And she said that they've asked him to go to therapy before, but he got angry about it. I said, no. So at the end of the day, you know, like, he needs to help himself, right? You can only help people who want to help themselves. He's clearly got some mental health problems, and he needs to recognise that and get some help for it. And I said to her, you know, he needs to get some therapy, then he can be with another girl and treat her better. And she's like, but he loves you. He could be with someone else, but he loves you. And she said, I don't want him to be with immature girls. She actually likes me and wants me to be with him. That's quite ironic, considering a lot of the time women who are their mothers don't like me being with their son if their son's younger than me. And I said, do you know that I'm older than him? And she said, yeah. And that he told her the whole story of what he'd done, including the stalking. Which he said he just wanted to apologise to me. But I said in the emails he wasn't apologising to me. It was all about him. And about me making lies up about him, which I didn't make up lies about him, because I proved it in the video as well. It was him that's a liar, not me. I don't make up fake profiles and lie. I don't say anything that's untrue. And he made a comment about I shouldn't be speaking about his friend, but the only thing I think I said about his friend was the fact his friend's gay, which is open on his Facebook, his friend, and that he acted like he was his boyfriend, you know what I mean, when apparently he's not romantically attracted to him. So I think that's the only thing I said about his friend, something like that. But anyway, you know, so it's very difficult, because obviously I do, you know, love doesn't just go away like that, but I can't do anything. I said, you know, you can't just live off love. Even if he loves me and I love him, I can't do anything about that, because I don't deserve to be treated badly. There's no point in going back to someone like that, because he'll just think he can carry on doing it. Oh, I'll say I'll be really upset and won't eat, and then she'll get back with me. You know, it's like, no, I don't get back with someone who does stuff like that, you know? So, and I've got this rule that I don't go back to an ex ever. And I certainly wouldn't go back to someone who's just like, not even, you know, changed, but it's not going to have changed. To make real change happen, you need to go to therapy, and you need to get your own mind sorted and self sorted before going into a relationship. I have known people who have forgiven their partners, but that's years later, when they've gone away and actually worked on themselves and actively known that they've got problems and issues that they need to sort out and address, and sort them out before coming back to the person they love to ask their forgiveness, you know? So he needs to do a lot more work on himself, you know? He does need therapy. You know, there's no shame in therapy. I'm seeing a therapist at the moment for trauma, which doesn't help with the situation with him, because it's just been more trauma for me, you know? To love someone who treats you disgustingly like that is just, it's just horrible, you know? I don't want to go back to someone who's like that about my weight and my looks. I deserve someone who's so much better, you know? And I can get a guy who's so much better. I said to his mum that, you know, that I don't need to be with a guy like that, that I can, you know, that I can find another guy, or I can be single, you know? And there's no benefit for me to talk to him, right? She said I'd be doing her a favor, but it's like, well, it's not a benefit to me, is it? There's no reason for me to do that. I don't see any good that's going to come of it, because I can't be in a relationship with him. I can't trust him. And so if I talk to him, what's going to happen? I'm just going to say the same thing, like, but I still can't be in a relationship with you. I still can't maintain a relationship with you or have stuff to do with you. I have to just be on my own, you know? So if a guy's truly sorry, then they go to therapy and they go and get proper help. and they'll change their ways, and they'll realise all the ways they need to change, and they'll change it, and they'll fundamentally do the inner work it takes to do that. And then they'll sort out going to find the love of their life, if the love of life they'll ever have them back, And, if he can't even get into the UK, what's the frigging point anyway? It's ridiculous. And I can get a better guy for me. I don't need someone like that in my life, I feel happier not with him not in my life directly, It's hard because obviously I still got feelings for him, but I feel much happier. I feel much more relaxed, not nervous, not anxious, not upset all the time. My emotions are much better. So clearly it's more healthier for me not to be in a relationship with him and to be free, to be me, and just chill out, There's lots of other guys out there in the world, and I'm quite happy by myself anyway. And like I said before, I wish him the best, but he's got to get some therapy. Stalking someone, making fake Facebook profiles, fake Twitter accounts, saying that I'm the liar when he is, and he say I'm making fake and I'm not, and it's him doing the fake profiles and stuff. It's just really disgusting. And I don't deserve to be treated that way, and neither does anyone else, If I went back to him, it would be no good for him whatsoever, because he would not learn his lesson. He would just think, oh, I can cry, and after a week or two she'll miss me and I'll go back to her. It doesn't work like that. So I really hope he gets some help, because he really does need to. He's 25 years old. He's got hope of changing, possibly, unless he is actually narcissistic. And then, because narcissist issues, you can never actually totally change. But if he's just got other mental health problems, then it's possible he could. So, I just, if he just loves me and he wants me, then he's going to have to wait for a lot of years and do a lot of therapy and work on his inner self to even remotely be able to come near me again, and I just can't see it happening. I just, I'm much better off without him. It's hard because I've got a caring heart, and I think his mum knows that, like he does. And so, I don't like seeing someone hurting. But you know what I mean? He brought it on himself, and he's probably just feeling sorry for himself that he's been taken out of groups and stuff like that, and obviously can't have access to me anymore. So yeah, it's been difficult. I didn't expect his mum to contact me, and like I said, it's very ironic because usually the mother of the guy I'm interested in, she doesn't like the fact I'm older, and so usually she doesn't want me near her son, whereas his mum, actually does want me to be with him. She knows I'm good for him, and she wants me to actually help him be a better person. But as I said, I'm not a therapist. It's not my responsibility, So it's a tricky one, but it is what it is, and I just can't see any good coming of it, I mean, I can't be in a relationship with him. I can't trust him. At the very, very end, she said, oh, can you just not be, can you just be his friend? And I'm like, no. I mean, same rules apply. Why would I want a friend who's a liar, who makes up fake profiles and been stalking me? Do you know what I mean? And being dishonest. Why would anyone want a friend like that even? It makes no sense. So she's like, oh, if you talk to him, you'd be doing me a favour. And it's like, but I don't have to do you any favours. Your son, I said your son needs to have a therapist, and you should suggest that again to him, because he's not going to sort his problems out unless he actually gets a therapist, I found out the doctor's in the family, so I'm like, well, if a doctor's in the family, then why don't they get him some therapy, basically, But, so it's just, it's very difficult when you have love feelings for someone and you're trying to just get on with your life without them, and you're just knowing that it's for the best to be without them, But anyway, I hope he finds happiness in life. I really hope he sorts himself out and gets some therapy, because I could never even contemplate being with him in the state he is. He needs to get therapy. So, for his own good, get some help. But anyway, we can't help those who won't help themselves. If his mum doesn't insist on him getting therapy, and she doesn't say to him, look, Sandra's not going to be with you unless you get therapy. That's the only chance you've ever got of even speaking to her ever again, is you need to get some therapy. No, if his mum doesn't say that to him and he doesn't actually go and get therapy, you can't help those who don't help themselves. You know what I mean? If someone's not prepared to help themselves and take responsibility for their life, then it's not up to you to do it for them. It's up to them to do it for them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you can take a duck to water, but you can't make it swim, as they say. So anyway, I don't recommend going back to someone. You know, I've always got this rule where I don't go back to someone that I've previously been in a relationship with, dating scenario with. Everything happens for a reason, and you know, if someone doesn't treat you well, then going back to them is not going to be good for you. You know, so I don't recommend it, and you know, they need to understand they can't treat people that way, including other women, you know? It's going to be very sad for him if I'm the only girl he ever truly does really love. Like his mum said so far, basically, I'm the only woman he's ever cried over. And that she knows he loves me. And it's really sad if two people love each other, but they can't be together. That's very sad, you know? But it's just the way it is. Because I said to his mum, she goes, oh, do you still love him? I said, it doesn't matter, because I can't be with him anyway. You know, you can't be with someone, even if you love someone, if they're not nice to you, and you don't trust them. Love isn't enough. Two people can't just be together because they love each other. If there's no trust there, there's no point, there's no relationship. So it's irrelevant, you know, and I don't trust him. You know? So anyway, I wish him well and lots of love as usual. I think it is sad the way he's treated me and my friends, and I really hope he is truly sorry and that he goes and gets some help. But you know, I don't recommend going back to someone who's treated you badly, because usually they'll just go and do it again. They'll say, I'm sorry, carry on. You know, when I was on the video call, he said sorry about my weight, it was a joke, which it wasn't. And even if it was, joking at my expense about stuff like that's disgusting. You know, but saying things like that, oh, it's a joke, you know what I mean? It's just joking at someone else's expense is a disgusting thing anyway, a really bad thing to do. So yeah, anyway, I wish him well. I hope he calms down in his life and finds inner peace and changes himself so he's better for another girl, you know? And, you know, I can't see me ever being with him ever again. And I certainly wouldn't be with him until he got his therapy and sorted himself out, you know? You just can't be with a guy like that. It's not my responsibility to sort him out. It's his responsibility, you know? If he's truly sorry. Anyway, I wish I could bring some better news. You know, I suppose it's nice his mum cares about him. It's nice his mum said sorry, but you know what I mean? It comes at the price of she really wants me to talk to him again. So, and forgive him and tolerate him. You know, it's like I don't have to tolerate bad behaviour. I've got loads of other options. Preferably being by myself at the moment. Much better option. Anyway, I'm going to leave you for now. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now or post a new video. Lots of love to you. Bye.